Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is my first video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I budget my finances for this month of September. So if you're interested in seeing how I manage my finances, please keep on watching. Also, I do want to quickly add that if you're interested in purchasing this tool, I'll be leaving more information down in the description box below.
Hey, cuz. Heard you're having money problems.
No, you didn't.
Listen, I got the answer.
As you can see here, I'm using my monthly budget plan organizer, and this is a tool that I use to manage my finances every month. Now, I do know that when it comes to budgeting, it can get very overwhelming.
Yeah, I'll have the Thai chicken pizza. But hey, look, if I get it without the nuts and leeks and stuff, is it cheaper?
So let's get started. So as you can see here, I have 5 charts in this organizer, and each one of these charts is essential to me. And as I go over the video, you'll see why. So starting off, I have my monthly income chart over here. And what I do here is I write down the amount that I get paid. So being that I just got paid the 30th of August, I'm going to be writing down my check, which was $837. And I do get paid every 15th and 30th of the month. Now, I do want to quickly add that the way I budget my finances by using the last check of the previous month and the first check of the upcoming month. So, for example, this month I got paid on August 30th, so that'll be my check number 1, and then my check number 2 will be the 15th of September's check. So, being that my hours are pretty stable, I get paid the same amount. So I'm going to go ahead and just estimate and say that I'm going to get paid $837 on my next check. Now, the reason why I'm putting it right now instead of waiting for the 15th is so I can have an overall monthly budget plan set up for me and I have an idea on how I'm going to allocate my money once I get it. So one of the most important factors that I do recommend everyone to do is to know where every single dollar goes before you spend it. And this has been helping me save so much money and just overall know where my money goes. So going back into topic, I have my paycheck number 1 and my paycheck number 2 set up. So now another thing that I do want to add is that I use the first check to pay all my bills for the following month. So as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and start writing down my monthly expenses, which is just, your monthly bills. So I do like to pay my bills on the 1st of every month. That way I don't have to worry about it throughout the whole entire month. And I know that everything will be covered for. If you're able to do this, that's great. I know everyone's situation is different and not everyone has that ability to pay all their bills up front, and that's okay. But in this video, I'll be going over how I do it. So hopefully you can apply some of the things that I do to your budgeting style. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to be inserting all my monthly bills. I also have a student loan payment that I would make monthly, but honestly, I decided to pay it off completely so I don't have to keep making these monthly payments because paying $278 a month on a student loan is absolutely ridiculous.
I declare bankruptcy!
It is so much money going into my loans, but I will talk more about that later on. But since I did have the money already, I just decided to pay it off so that way I can save more money in the long run due to interest rates and all of that. Yeah, so this will be the last month I'm paying the student loan monthly payment. So honestly, that's a big relief. But anyway, so I have my student loan payment for this month, and I have my car insurance payment, my car payment, and my phone bill. Now, I do want to add, since as you can tell right here, I have monthly expenses of $922. And being that unfortunately I'm unable to pay the full amount due to my income being lower than my monthly expenses, I have to adjust and see what bills I'm able to pay on the first and then what I can pay with my second paycheck. So I did already pay my rent for the month. I paid my Apple Care, my Netflix, I took out money for my gas, my groceries, I already made my last payment for my student loan. My car insurance and my car payment are automated payments, so those automatically get deducted from my account on the 9th of each month. So I just leave that money in my account and pretend it's not there, because in reality it's not there once the payment is already made. So the last thing I would have to pay is my phone bill, but since it is due on the 20th, I'm going to wait for my second paycheck to finish paying off my phone bill. But as you can see, everything else is checked off because I already have the money set in place to pay for all of those bills. So the only bill I have to worry about is my phone bill, which, like I said, I'll be paying with my second paycheck. So a quick backstory before I move on to my debt. Originally, my debt was over 12 grand, but I've successfully been able to pay off most of it throughout this whole pandemic. If you've been following me on my Instagram, I did have a lower debt than the amount that I have right now. It was around the 4,000. I wasn't making the payments directly towards my loans. I just had the money set aside, so when the forbearance status ended on my loans, I'd be able to make the full payment to pay it off.
Freed Bratton gets in trouble. He transfers his debt to William Charles Schneider.
But unfortunately, I did have some car issues going on this weekend, and I had a vacation that I had canceled, so I had received my money back for it, and that money was going towards my debt. But unfortunately, the company from where I booked my vacation from was unable to refund me the amount and only give me credit. So they took the money back out from my bank account, and it was a big mess, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the money back. So it was around $1,000. So that's why my debt is higher than it used to be. But that's okay, because that's why I have my budgeting plan set in place so I can continue to make my payments, right? So now going into my debt category, like I said, I have my student loan debt of $5,742.31. Now, I mentioned here that this was the last loan payment that I was making towards my private student loan, since this loan over here is under forbearance, so I don't make any minimum payments or any payments at all up until the end of the year. So I will be taking advantage of that and just be saving my money on the side so I can continue to make payments towards the end of the year once the forbearance status is taken off. So over here, you can see that I have my overall monthly budget plan. This is the most essential part of my budgeting plan. And these charts over here just keep me organized. So as you can see here, I have my monthly income of $1,674. My fixed cost is $922.11. And as you can see here, I have the amount remaining automated. So I have it in percentage and I have it in dollar amount. And you can see it right here as well. What I love about this tool is that I'm able to play around with these numbers so I can work what's best for me, right? Instead of actually having to go down and do the calculations over and over again until I find one that works for me. So I made it into a formula so it's simpler for me to calculate. So as you can see here, I have 44.9% remaining aside from my expenses that I can distribute between my debt, my savings, and guilt-free spending. Now, another thing that I do want to add is that if you're interested in purchasing this tool and let's say you don't have any debt, you can always edit these titles to adjust it to your needs. So my priority is to pay off that debt as quickly as possible. So that's why I have my debt first, because I want to prioritize that the most. Then I have my savings and my guilt-free spending. As you can see here, I have 44.9% that I can distribute between these three columns. So I'm going to be playing around with the numbers, and I want to say that 22% will go towards my debt, and then I have 22.9% that I can distribute between my savings and my guilt-free spending. So being that I had to get some maintenance done on my car, I do want to put more money towards my savings account than my guilt-free spending. So I'll be putting 11.9% towards my savings. And then as you can see here, I only have 11% left. So I'll be putting that towards my guilt-free spending. And there you go. So as you can see here, I have $0 remaining. but I already know how much money I'm going to be putting towards my debt, how much money I'm going to be putting towards my savings, and how much money I'm going to be putting towards my girlfriend's spending. So being that I am using my first paycheck over here to pay for mostly all my bills, I'm going to have to wait for my second paycheck to pay for my debt, my savings, and girlfriend spending. But that's okay with me because I already know that most of my bills are paid for already, and the only bill I technically have to pay for is my phone bill. And besides that, I have the rest to distribute between these three categories. So I do like knowing where my money goes before I even get it. So like I said, automatically I already know where every single dollar is going. So as you can see here, I'm pretty much done with my overall monthly budget for this month. So I paid all my bills already except my phone bill. I have my debt, my savings, and my girlfriend spending. So as you can see here, I have a debt payoff estimate calculator at the bottom. And I really love this because now I know how many months it's going to take for me to pay off my debt by just making that $368 monthly payment. Now, if I do want to add a minimum payment, I know I can pay it off quicker. But if you want to see a more in-depth video on how I go over my debt, then please let me know and I'll make another video just discussing debt in general and how I go about managing my own debt. But as you can see here, this automates itself. So you have your student loan, which I had typed over here, my amount owed, my minimum payment, which I'm not making any at the current moment, my extra debt payment, which is what I'm putting extra from my monthly budget plan, and I have the total amount payment and my payoff estimated time, which is 16 months. But realistically speaking, I'm going to push myself to try to earn those $5,000 by the end of this year. So if you're interested in seeing my journey, you can always follow me on my Instagram. I always keep you updated with my student loans. Or like I mentioned before, if you want to see a more in-depth video on how I go about managing my debt, then please let me know in the comments below. So overall, this is my monthly budget plan for September. I am very happy that I'm able to pay off most of my bills for the month already. And yeah, I'm able to pay more money towards my debt. I have more money going towards my savings as well. And I also have some money left over to spend for the month. Now, I do know I have to wait for the 15th to actually use this money. But that's okay with me because like I said, I am already prepared from here on out to my next paycheck to be covered in case of any emergencies. I do have an emergency fund saved already, and like I said, this money is just adding more towards it. So for example, let's say you're deciding whether to pay off debt, but you also want to build an emergency fund if you haven't done so already. I truly believe that you can do both at the same time. It's just about managing your money correctly and really knowing yourself. And like I said, I really love using this tool because it's made my life so much easier. And like I said, I would handwrite everything, but I am not neat. Unfortunately, I wish I was, but I'm not so neat. And I would have to skim back and see what bills I still have to pay. And it would just get so complicated for me that I just decided to do this spreadsheet to make it more simpler for me. And honestly, I've been using this for a couple months now and it's helped me so much. So hopefully this video gives you a clearer idea on how to go about managing your money and how to start a budget plan. I will keep you updated in the description box below. But if you haven't followed me already, you can follow me on my Instagram. I'm more active there. And if you have any other ideas or videos that you would like me to make, please let me know. And I will try to make more content for you guys. So overall, I hope this video helps you get a better understanding on how to go about budgeting. And if you have any further questions or concerns, please let me know. I am more than glad to answer any questions that you may have. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you feel like you have any friends or family members who might benefit from this, send them this video. Hopefully this can help you get a better understanding or help someone who does need this. So like I said, I will be leaving all the information down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.